Hello everybody, my name is AngelBiter. Welcome back to another Minecraft video on the MetalCraft server. I am all by myself on the server, which is a rarity, so I spent about an hour or so at the witch farm. I got a couple levels and got some redstone and some glowstone and all that good stuff. And I am just now making it back here, and as you can see, I've done a little bit of stuff off camera. I removed this big hill that was behind my guardians here and made this path up to where the animals are. I had to move the chickens. They were right here. They're now over there. And I need to grow some more cows. Sleep! I got a recommendation from a viewer, actually from someone on the Discord, Kirby, I believe it was, to add some music to my videos, and I'm going to try and do that. I've hesitated to do that up previously because of YouTube's, medieval content policy, or what's it called, copyright policy, and but I will go ahead and do that just to mix things up. I know that there are lots of free music options available, so I'll look into that and hopefully we'll have something good going on here. Now, as for this, don't worry, I'm not going to leave it a big open space like this. I'm going to plant some more trees and get some of this green cover back. But I cleared the hill, and I'm thinking, wow, I need to light this place up a little better. Alright, here is a blast furnace, which was not in my chest for some reason. I don't know how I managed to derp on that, but I'm going to build... Seriously, dude? Go away! Alright, as I was saying, there is the blast furnace, there's the stone cutter, and there is the, I think it's the masonry thing, the smithing table. I am going, which doesn't have its interface yet, as you just saw. I'm going to put those three guys right here, and I'm going to extend this pathway probably like so around like that, and then have those trees back up over there, and then have the path maybe connect back up like right here. So I don't know, but I plan on putting some houses in here. We're going to need some beds for once we get the villagers healed up, or the two villager zombies that I have. We need to get them healed up, and that's the plan for today. I'm thinking I might put a super smelter right here inside this hill. You remember I originally said I might put it in this hill, but it ended up being too shallow. Well, this hill's not too shallow. This hill goes back a good 20 blocks or so, which is good. So I will probably put a super smelter right there, and use a shop for the blast furnace as a kind of facade for it. Now, the only downside to my super smelter idea, I was going to use the blast furnace in my super smelter. I installed a data pack that will allow you to smelt stone, cobble, sand, and other stuff instead of just the ores. Because honestly, once you've got an iron and a gold farm, all of the rest of this you're going to use fortune on anyway. Except for maybe the gold nuggets. I could smelt that right there for gold nuggets. But so yeah, I installed a data pack so that I could use these in a super smelter, but I don't want 30-something villagers to all get these as their workstations and become whatever they become. I don't recall off the top of my head. Armorers, maybe. No, I think that's the smithing table is the armorer. But anyway, I'm going to end up having to use regular furnaces, so that kind of sucks. But what are you going to do, right? So I am going to get started on that. Oh, I did a few other things off camera as well. I got a few more farms down in here. Here's a chicken farm, which does not work because the daylight sensor does not have sky access. So it hasn't changed off of that 15 power while it's on inverted mode and 0 power when it's in daylight mode. So I've just been coming in here and manually triggering it for now. What I'm thinking I might do is put an observer right here facing into this dispenser, and maybe hook it up to this clock back here instead of the daylight sensor. I don't know. We'll work on that. And this over here took a little bit of ingenuity to get going, but boom. I'll always love that. I always did love that. So anyway, I've got a couple of observers, or I've got an observer down here which triggers some pistons to push that up. And then there's an observer up there which I had to do some weird timing with to get it to not turn into a piston clock. But I got it to push back down, as you saw. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And lots of cocoa beans. I'll get those replanted in a bit. But that's the plans for today. I'm going to get this thing sorted. I'm going to cure my zombie villagers. And I'm going to build a couple more buildings up here. And whatever else I might happen to come across. I'm sure some people will get logged in here before too much longer, and I'll have some... Oh! I was doing some administrative stuff over the weekend. I was asked to reset the end. Thanks, Exuma, for putting out that video, which prompted that. I had a couple of people ask, so I did that. I reset the end, and but I did leave the area around where you first... where the dragon is and the obsidian pillars. I left all of that there. And there is a really cool wool farm there, built by Talent. Hey, Vascal! So I'm going to take you guys to check out that wool farm. It's really cool. I want to show it off. So I will see you guys in a little while. Alright, I was in creative mode whenever I reloaded this, the end. So I got a good look around. This is really cool. I didn't bring any blocks to pillar up with. What am I talking about? I've got freaking blocks everywhere. Let's see here. Stone! Oh, okay. Stone bricks. Oh, come on. Let me up. So this is way cool. There, you saw that? There's an etho hopper clock underneath here, and every so often, I think one stack of something, it will fire off the dispensers to shear the sheep, and also fire off a minecart to pick up the wool. I'm not entirely sure what purpose the pistons serve, but this is way cool. And as you can see, this right here is a manual button to send off the hopper minecart. And then there's manual on-off switches for each of the colors. And there's a master on-off switch right there to turn the entire thing off. So this is really, really cool. I really like this. And the minecarts, the minecarts are dropping all of the wool into this water column here, which is shooting it up into this sorting system. See, there it goes. There it goes into the hoppers and around again if it didn't get picked up the first time. So this is really cool. And I know Talent was over here AFK, so I'm assuming he's the one that built it. And if so, well done, dude. This is really cool. All right, guys, I've got this back up and running properly. It was kind of a pain in the ass. I tried, as you can see, I've got the redstone from my clock here is just coming across and powering the burnout clock from there instead of the, what do you call it, the daylight sensor. I didn't want to dig a hole all the way up to the sky access. So I tried to bring that line down under, and I made a burnout clock with an observer pointed at it to power the dispenser here, but it didn't work. It ended up leaving the lava out instead of sucking it back in that last time. So that left a little bit of a timing issue. So I removed the burnout clock and just went straight with the pulse being made by the clock, and observer would read that pulse and then spit out the lava and then suck the lava back in. And I made that as quick as it could go. If I made it any faster, it would have left the lava out. And that seemed to work, except it was burning up my drops. I don't understand why it was happening. So, I guess it's just a mechanic I don't understand in this game. I'll have to look into it. Maybe Matt knows what I'm talking about and can explain it to me. But, yeah, I ended up having to instead of bringing that line down under and trying to trigger the dispenser here, I had to have this come out right there to trigger the burnout clock up there. So that kind of sucks. But it should be working again, and I'll keep an eye on the drops. I think there was 29 up here in the filter a minute ago. 30. So, I'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see how that works out. But I'm done with that for now, and I'm going to get started on this up here now. I need to clean up my inventory. It's a hot mess. Whoop, let me out. So, as I've already said, we're going to plant some trees here and extend this path and build some buildings. And I've got a few ideas here. I'm going to have a couple of different blocks that the stone cutter can actually cut, like stone bricks and mossies and stuff like that, stacked up around here like the villager needs to get to it. I'm not going to have this one an actual house or a building. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be like an open air warehouse design. I don't know. I've got limited space here, don't I? Probably can't go too grand with it. But I've got ideas for the smelter and for that one. For the smithy, I don't have a clue. I'm completely at a loss at what I'm going to do for that one. But I'll figure it out. Alright, guys. We are done with, well, kind of done. Here is what we came up with. And I'm okay with that. It's kind of moving away from the Mojangy feel that I was trying to go with, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. There is blast furnace, and this guy. It didn't occur to me until after I was already done with him that the smithing table is probably where I should put the blacksmith. But that's okay, whatever. And I can't use this anvil either. The 2.4 update of the armor stand book does not allow me to lock the armor stand. It doesn't have the utilities thing anywhere. I can't actually lock the armor stand anywhere. So if I were to use that anvil up, I wouldn't actually be able to replace it because there's going to be an armor stand in the way. So that's kind of stupid. I hope they get that fixed in the next update for the armor stand. Oh, and I thank you, Cypher, for the villager heads. I got these off of Cypher. I appreciate it, dude. And I've got a campfire up in the chimney to make it look like this thing's actually running. So, oh, and I dropped some dark oak in there to try and break up the texture of the nether brick a little bit. But that is going to be my smelting room. I have not done any redstone for a super smelter. I'm not sure how I want to do this. I was thinking like drop in the raw material, drop in the fuel, and all of your finished smelted stuff will come up right here. I don't know if I want to go down or make some mine carts and go back into the hill. I have no idea. That'll be a work in progress, but I'm going to worry about that later. I want to get these done before I worry about the redstone there. I haven't really been in need of a super smelter. It's just one of those things that, you kind of got to have, because at some point I'm going to want to smelt up a bunch of cobble or a bunch of sand or something. But I'm going to go ahead and knock out the rest of this, and I will probably take up all of this space right here for the stone cutter. And I might have to push this guy, the smithing guy, back into this space a little bit. So we'll just have to see, and I will bring you guys back once, probably. Well, that is stupid. Seriously? Okay, that makes more sense. But yeah, seriously, that's stupid. Alright guys, we are done. I am very happy with how this turned out. You've seen this already. This is the blast furnace. I'm going to turn this over here into super smelter or a furnace array at some point. This guy really should have been with the smithing table, but that's okay. I really like that right there. It's a lot of fun. Over here, we've got the stone cutter's place. As you can see, I used many different stones. And we got a pile of stone here, and here's the stone cutter. So this turned out real nice. I'm very happy with this. Actually got an excuse to use diorite. And this one is for the loom. I decided not to go with the smithing table since it's not actually functional at the moment. The loom is. You use it to make banners. And I've got the flower charge banner pattern right here. And I will need to get a creeper head, a wither skeleton head, and whatever you use to make the globe pattern. But yeah, I think there's 4 patterns total. And here's the banner that's being worked on right now. I know that you don't actually use wool in the loom, which it doesn't make any sense to me. But that really would have made more sense in like the shepherd's house. But I wanted to do something funny and whimsical and silly, so there you go. And I planted some trees to cover over that big empty space that I had made by digging out that hill. And I think that this is turning into a very good project. I'm very happy with the progress I'm making. And oh yeah, and my chicken farm is still burning up more drops than it is cooking, so I'm not super happy about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this the end of the video. I think next time we'll start on building some actual houses for the villagers. I still need to heal the 2 villagers I do have, and oh, and we still need to do a kelp farm. I think I've got a list written down somewhere of things I still need to do. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you guys in the next video. My name is AngelBiter. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.